Thanks, folks, for joining me on AM Online Television One. Thanks to my new subscribers. I can't thank you enough. And to all those who have had their notification on, I profusely thank you. As you listen to these analysis, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and of course to turn your notifications on. Welcome to this week analysis with me, the great Oracle. It was the great British scholar, playwright, and theatre critic, Martin Esslin, who coined the phrase, the theatre of the absurd. In his book, with the same phrase as title, The Theatre of the Absurd in 1961. The Theatre of the Absurd is about dark comics, the ridiculousness of human relationships and human attitudes, and the laughter, if you like, the fun that is usually poked to these human attitudes. In recent times, our country, Nigeria, has been turned into a theatre of the absurd. One example is the statement credited to the Chief of Naval Staff a few days ago, when he said that the solutions to the security challenges confronting our country today are spiritual. I'm sure you are laughing as much as I am laughing. That only a spiritual problem can help resolve Nigeria's insecurity challenges is an absurd statement to be made by an individual charged with responsibility of securing our nation's borders. If there's anything or signs that this statement points to, is the incompetence of those who rule us, and if you like, of those who ruin our country. And again, if you like too, those who have turned our country into a ruined nation. It is alarming, if not worrying, that the Chief of Naval Staff, considering the insecurity crisis confronting our country, could decide to pick spiritual solution or the spirit or the spiritical as one solution or one of many solutions that can resolve our insecurity challenges. Let's get it straight. Nigeria's insecurity challenges, call it banditry or terrorism or kidnapping or violent crimes that we witness across the length and breadth of our country, are only a manifestation of the incompetence rulers of our country have attached to either the implementation of public policy or the concretization of public policies themselves. Let's get it straight. Banditry, kidnapping, terrorism are not product of some metaphysical mysteries. They are products of the incompetence of our rulers. Strangely, Nigeria as a country has consistently dealt with rulers or ruiners who, in an attempt to mask their incompetence and failures, put solutions to physical problems confronting our country to the spiritual. Elsewhere in the world, where military leaders are engaged in strategic military thinking, our public servants, our military generals are thinking of assigning the efforts of confronting the enemies of the nation state to the spirit. A few years ago, I think in the late 1980s, in an attempt to proffer solutions to apartheid in South Africa, or solutions to confronting apartheid in South Africa, General Olusegun Obasanjo suggested that Africans will have to resort to the African science, another euphemism for otomopo, for jazz, and of course, for juju. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 years down the line, we have a chief of naval staff who is asking Nigerians to resort to the spirit, to resort to prayers in confronting the insecurity challenges that we have in our country. Strange, sad, ridiculous, absurd, I hear you say. As the irrepressible fella would always say, take your leaders as you see them. As we say amen to the idea of calling the spirit, let's help the chief of naval staff call our local gods, Ayelala, Ogun, Shopono, and the god of thunder, Shogo, to go ahead with our soldiers as they confront ISWAP, Boko Haram, terrorists and bandits in the northeast and northwest at the battlefront. Welcome again to Nigeria's Theater of the Absurd.